Recording started.
Welcome, everybody, to our May Animal Reiki Talk. I'm Kathleen Prasad of Animal Reiki Source. I'm your host, and I'm happy to be talking with you guys today about our theme, which is the amazing ways that our Animal Reiki meditation practice can deepen our connection to animals. So, what I'm going to be talking about tonight is the latest blog and all the different ways that we meditate in the Let Animals Lead method. So, welcome, and I hope that tonight's talk gives you some new inspiration to create and maintain a daily meditation practice with your animals. I will also open it up to questions and sharing. And at the very end, we will do, as always, our animal healing circle. I'll guide a little meditation and we'll hold space for the animals that we love. So I wanted to start today with this beautiful quote by Deepak Chopra that I begin my blog with this month because I think it really kind of typifies the most profound thing about meditation. And this is the quote: meditation is not a way of making your mind quiet. It's a way of entering into the quiet that's already there, buried under the 50,000 thoughts the average person thinks every day. So, as we begin tonight, I want you to consider, especially those of you who are thinking, oh, but I can't quiet my mind, it's too hard to meditate. Well, what if the quiet was already there and you just had to find it, and the meditation was the path to do that? It sounds a little bit easier, doesn't it? So I really like that idea that in our Animal Reiki meditation practice, we are discovering the peace, the compassion, the stillness, the balance and harmony. We're discovering those qualities which already exist within us. They've just been buried, right? So, in a way, some of my students say that their Animal Reiki practice feels like coming home. And we really are. We're coming home to our beautiful true self, our soul, our inner essence. So, as you know, as many of you may know, my students know, and some of you who are new to this podcast, welcome. And now you're going to know that the foundation of everything we do here at the Let Animals Lead method is built on the foundation of meditation. And not just any meditation, but these are Japanese Reiki meditations that use these Reiki principles in a way to meditate and to, it's like a spiritual practice also. So it's a way for us to find our stillness and our authenticity. And when we do that, how does this help our connection with animals? Because it's much easier to connect when we're coming from an authentic, quiet place. Animals can read our energy and see that we are safe and comfortable to them. And animals see who we are, even if we try to cover it up. So why bother? just be who you are, be authentic to yourself, and quiet down that crazy emotional energy that we usually carry around with us. Let's find the quiet space, and the animals will want to join us there. So a lot of people complain to me, oh, there hasn't been enough research done with Reiki. And that's kind of true. There's more done all the time. There are new Reiki studies happening all the time, which is wonderful. But still, sometimes it's not enough. And people say, well, I don't know. What's the research? What's the research? So the good thing about the Let Animals Lead method of Animal Reiki is that because we are meditation based, we can look at the vast amounts of scientific research that have been done on meditation. And just from that viewpoint, we can see so many benefits. And then couple that with what we do know about Reiki and more to be discovered all the time. We have a really powerful practice to help animals. We know that meditation literally changes your brain. And I think that what part of what we're doing in our practice is building new pathways, neural pathways in our brain that focus on positivity and light. And this is changing our vibration, which is what animals feel, and making them want to connect with us. So, there are many meditation practices in the world. What makes animal Reiki meditation special? I think it's the founder, Mikao Usui. I think that he is what made it special because he created a lot of different angles to step into the Reiki space. And so I want to talk about the 6 types of meditation that you will learn if you learn this practice. It's really special because a lot of meditation practices out there might encompass 1 or 2 of these, or maybe 3, but all 6, that's very special and unique to Animal Reiki. So, the first type of Animal Reiki meditation that I want to share about is a visualization meditation. And this is what I do every month when we do our animal healing circle, how I guide you in the Hara breaths. You imagine the light is coming in to the lower belly and you breathe out and you expand that light. So bringing the light in and expanding that light. It's really focusing on that visualization along with the breath. We'll do it tonight too. And what I love about this practice is it's so simple and yet it's so profound. Because what you'll find when you begin practicing this, in the beginning, it feels like I'm bringing the light in and then I'm expanding the light. But in time, you remember, wait, I am the light. And that's the same philosophy as the quote at the beginning, that we are rediscovering that stillness within us. It's already there. So, our Reiki practice is really helping us rediscover this partly through visualization. We visualize the light and we remember, I am the light. There have been studies to show that animals sync up energetically with us. I have some listed in my blog this month about a study that showed dog and human hearts syncing together during interactions with one another. Also, there have been studies showing when humans experience chronic stress, their dogs synchronize to that same stress level, and even cats sync up and adapt depending on the vibration their person is at. So when we start to realize how in tune and in sync our animals are to our vibration, then maybe we start to realize, wait, maybe I should like really think about what kind of energy I'm giving off when I'm with my animals now at this point. Since they're going to sync up to me, I want my animals to feel positive and to feel light and to feel peace and goodness and all that good stuff. So I need to think about that. I need to work on that. And that's what meditation helps us do. So they call this in scientific world emotional contagion, right? The scary thing is, yeah, the bad stuff gets contagious to our animals, but the good news is the good stuff is too. So what we learn to do in our animal Reiki meditation is really bring in the light, raise our vibration into what I call the all is well space. And so when our animals sync up with us, it's healthy and it's good and it's positive. The second kind of meditation that we learn in the Let Animals Lead method is mindfulness meditation. And one of the ways that we can see this actually is through touch. One of the practices we learn is hands-on healing for the self. Now, we don't do this with animals in the same way because we always let animals lead. But for us, we have different hand positions that we will learn. And if you've ever sat and done this meditation, usually we spend a couple of minutes in each hand position. It really brings mindfulness because you really ground yourself, get connected to your body, to this moment where you are, being here in the now, being aware of how you're feeling, right? This meditation really helps you get in touch with this present moment. And touch is such a simple action for us, and it really helps us ground ourselves, and really part of why we're not grounded is because we're so much in our mind and our thoughts and our emotions. We're all over the place, and sometimes touch brings us back. And how does this help our animals? Well, we can go inward and focus on this practice, and there's a radiance that's felt of calm and grounding, and the animals love that and want to come and tune in and connect. And so that helps us, even animals who are afraid of people, when they feel our vibration change, they want to come and connect. I've seen that so many times. Animals fearful of people, they come forward for a session. It's amazing. And it's really about changing that vibration. Again, mindfulness is a big piece of that. Let's just be here now in this moment. The third meditation that we learn in our animal Reiki practice is mantra meditation. And mantra translates as mind tool or mind protect. But really, what we're doing when we use a mantra is we're focusing our mind, and this focus keeps out the negative thoughts. So, in our Reiki practice, we learn 3 mantras, Reiki mantras in level 2 and 1 in level 3. And so we have these 4 beautiful Reiki mantras that we can use in our meditations. Did you know they've actually done research on mantra meditation? And this research shows that mantra meditation has lots of benefits, including reducing stress and anxiety, and even increasing your immunity. So, all of these benefits that we know, and remember, our animals are syncing up to us as we do this. So, we are also helping them. Now, when we use mantra meditations in Reiki, it's kind of fun because we can do it silently to focus the mind, and we can do it as a sound, as a chant, a sound. And many animals love chanting for Reiki sessions. I know a lot of horses, they get really super excited. There was a goose that lived at Brighthaven named Odie who loved to chant with me. He would actually make sounds for each syllable of my chant and chant along with me. And he would like dip his head up and down with each, and he would stand right in front of me and we would chant together. Animals are very sensitive to sound. And so when we do mantra meditation with animals, it's real good to be sensitive and aware and see, how are my animals liking this? Are they really liking it? Or do I need to take it down a notch? Maybe I need to whisper the chant, or maybe I need to do a silent chant. And so being really aware of your animal's comfort can really help deepen that connection during this kind of meditation. The fourth type of meditation that we learn in Animal Reiki is movement meditation. So some of you might be thinking, oh, I can't sit still. Well, guess what? You don't have to. You can actually go for a walk in nature and do your meditation with your eyes open and as you're moving and walking. For some people, this is their choice for meditating. Animals really teach us that meditation is about our state of mind, not the position of our body. And if we want to be with animals in their space and show up for them, it means we have to be more flexible. You can't always be in a nice, quiet yoga studio with nice music playing and your eyes closed. Sometimes you're going to be in the middle of a pig barn, or you're going to be in a pasture with a horse, or you're going to be, having in a barn with a bunch of kittens jumping all over you. You just don't know where you're going to be, and so be ready to move, meditate with eyes open, eyes closed. But something's really interesting. There actually have been there's been a lot of scientific research about walking meditations in Japan, which is where Reiki comes from, of course. They actually call um, walking meditation in nature, they call it forest bathing or Shinrin Yoku. And I actually wrote a blog about this a while ago. I have a link to it in my blog this time. But this is actually seen as medicine in Japan. Oh, you're not feeling well, you're down, you're depressed, or you're feeling disconnected, or you're burned out from work, or whatever it is, they will prescribe you forest bathing. And so I think we all know, probably everyone here loves nature. We all know the healing power of nature. If you're lucky, you might live near a forest. But even if all you can do is go outside and stand next to a tree and see a bird land in the tree, or right, or you have a little pot of, you live in the middle of a city and you have a little pot of flowers on your tiny balcony and you can go out there, that can be enough, right? The power of nature is really wonderful. And when we are in nature, we may find ourselves moving, and so we can still do these same practices no matter what. The fifth type of meditation that Animal Reiki teaches us is compassion meditation. And I love this quote: meditation without love is like drinking tea from an empty cup. And I think that all of us who love animals, the reason we do Animal Reiki is because we are so passionate about helping animals and we love them so much, right? We honor them. And so there is this infusion of love and compassion into every meditation that we do. As practitioners, we have an aspiration to live a kinder life for animals, to help them as much as we can, right? And the virtue of service is actually central to Reiki. And Usui embodied it himself. There are stories of him after an earthquake, he went out into the streets and helped people. So, that idea of service, helping others, is at the foundation of every Reiki practice, human or animal. And there have been scientific studies that show that when we cultivate compassion in our meditation, it actually changes our brains and makes us more empathetic to others. So, again, back to the brain part, we're changing our brains again, but we are actually growing our empathy through this practice. Animals are the same as us. There's just a different expression of that light of the universe. And the more that we practice meditation with them, the more that we see that we are so much more alike than we are different. And the sixth meditation type that we learn is spiritual meditation. Not every meditation practice out there engages the spiritual self, but our Let Animals Lead meditations definitely do. The word Reiki actually refers to the energy of source or our soul power. So, from its very name, Reiki is talking about the essence of our spirit and our inner being. Animal Reiki is a spiritual practice, ultimately. It is a spiritual practice that cultivates peace and love and compassion, and it embraces and radiates from the heart. And animals feel this. And so when we cultivate this within ourselves, our vibration changes, not just our brain, but the way that we live in the world changes. The energy we bring to every situation changes. And animals feel that change and they love it. Animals are attracted to balance and peace and grounding and harmony. We all are, not just animals, all of us are. So, what we're doing with our practice is we are cultivating an energy that resonates with animals and that draws them to us. It helps them trust us more, feel happier when they're with us, and want to connect. And so, people sometimes say, well, is animal Reiki only for sick animals? And I say, no, animal Reiki is for all animals, because if you have a really healthy animal who's happy and everything, nothing, quote, wrong, right? Then your animal Reiki time will deepen your bond. And that's a pretty awesome side effect of this practice. I call it spa day when I go out and offer Reiki to my horse. It's our spa day together, and we're just deepening that bond. It's so beautiful. But even with animals you don't know and animals who've been through traumas, shelter animals, when you approach them with this vibration, with this positive energy, you can see even in those animals, trust can be built in a very short time, even with animals who don't trust people. And so sharing Reiki with these animals can really jumpstart their healing process. And for shelter animals, that's making it easier to get them adopted into a forever home, right? So there are so many wonderful benefits of our animal Reiki practice. And I hope that you're a little bit inspired when you start thinking about all the different benefits and all the different types of meditation. I hope you're inspired to start or continue your daily meditation practice. So many wonderful ways to connect. So I'd love to open it up to anyone who has anything to share or a question to ask. You can ask it in the chat, or you can just raise your hand or unmute yourself. If anyone has anything to share about what I've talked about tonight or anything else going on in your world of animal Reiki. All right. Well, then let's jump right in to our animal healing circle for tonight. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this visualization meditation, the Hara breathing meditation, which is, I teach it in every level one class, but although it's a foundational practice, it's still my favorite, one of my favorite practices that is like a go to for me because it's so simple, but it creates an immediate shift into positivity. And so we're going to invite in animals that are close to our hearts tonight and hold space for them all together. So let's go into Gasho and let's take a moment to set our intention. Let's dedicate all the energy of this practice tonight to our animals, and whatever animals come to your mind in this moment is just perfect. And also, I'd like to invite in our animals focus for the month of May in our Let Animals Lead community, which is this month, farmed animals. So I'd like to invite those animals in as well tonight. And however you choose to connect is just perfect in this moment. And then resting our hands on our lap, I want you to visualize your breath as a pure and clear light. And as you breathe in, it comes in through the crown and fills your body with light, moving all the way down to your lower belly, your hara. And then as you exhale, imagine that light can expand like a gentle mist out your skin and into your aura and out into the universe. So breathing in the light, filling your body, connecting with the hara, and breathing out, expanding that light. Breathing in, connecting, and breathing out, expanding. And just take a moment to continue that breath at your own pace. Focusing on the light, focusing on the breath. And then relax your breath and just see yourself sitting in this beautiful space of light, the light within you and the light all around you. And this light is filled with peacefulness, perfect harmony and balance, compassion, positivity. This light is filled with all is well. And as you shine this light, just imagine the shining is like an invitation to your animals, an offering to them. We invite them to step in and share this beautiful space with us, but it's completely up to them. And we just hold this invitation gently as we shine. And then bringing our hands back into Gasho and just take a moment and thank your animals. However, they chose to connect in this moment was just perfect. And setting your intention to finish, take a nice deep breath and slowly come back and open your eyes. Well, thank you all for being here with me for tonight's talk. And I hope you enjoyed the little animal healing circle we did as well. If you haven't already checked out the blog, there's lots of information in there as well. So you can go to my Animal Reiki Source website and just click on the blog and you will see it there. Those of you who are my students, I hope to see you in our online Let Animals Lead community. And I do have levels 1, 2, and 3 classes starting up next month in the beginning of June. So if you're interested in training, continuing your training, or if you're a new student, there are no prerequisites to the level 1 class. And so I invite you to join our community and be part of the Let Animals Lead method. So blessings, everybody. Great to be together tonight. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.